Joining us is Dr. Nice and the best-selling author of Goodbye Lupus, Bruk Goldner. Thank you so much for joining us, Bruk. So, Matt, when did you decide that it was time for you to make a change in your diet?
So I've talked about my issues here, and I knew it was time for me to make a change in my diet when people confused me with MarijaS. At that point, no, honestly, so what happened is I told my story at the end of Celebrity Apprentice about battling rheumatoid arthritis. And a guy reaches out to me who's become this nutritional crusader, and he said, you have to meet Bruk Goldner. She will change your life. And this, he met me, and that night I'd eaten 2 plates of chicken fingers, had a turtle cookie and a couple sugar-free Red Bulls. And I was like, I think I may be ready for a change because I just had surgery on my foot in December for my rheumatoid arthritis, and I'd gained some weight because I wasn't working out. And honestly,
I mean, you were hardly moving.
I wasn't really moving, and I just realized I needed to kind of take control of my life. And when she told me her story and what nutrition could do for me, I was hooked.
Okay, so what did you change? What does your typical diet look like now?
So right now I'm in kind of this control phase because I am susceptible to inflammation. So I'm raw vegan, and I think this is my, I know, I'm so excited. This is my cooler where I've had this, and this of smoothie already this morning.
Great.
Which was largely made of kale and frozen fruit and omega-3 flax seeds for anti-inflammatory properties.
So you've been on a strictly liquid diet?
Well, listen, I'm not perfect, but I've largely been, and I've been doing nuts and carrots, guacamole, but it's really been largely with these smoothies. And it's been amazing. I didn't set out to lose weight. I set out to really combat my rheumatoid arthritis, and losing weight was just kind of the side.
Because the whole idea was that you wanted to reduce the inflammation in your body.
So that's it. That's what this is all about. Is I'm someone who has inflammation, and she battled it as well with lupus. And when she told me her story about how she changed her life and changed her disease, the course of her disease with diet.
So, Dr. Bruk, you're honestly like a medical phenomenon, or maybe not. Maybe it is just the food. You know, we're all going to be converts by the end of this. You decided that you were going to go on this sort of diet to get into your wedding dress. Mm-hmm. You were suffering with lupus. Right. You had a stroke. You were told you could never have children. What? So many different medical and health problems, so many issues. You went on this just to get into your wedding dress. And the side effect was that you almost had no symptoms of lupus anymore. Explain this.
Not just almost. So when I was diagnosed at 16, I was already in stage 4 kidney failure. They gave me 6 months to live unless I did chemo for 2 years. So, I mean, I'd been sick since I was 16. And by the age of 28, I'd already had multiple TIA in my brain. I didn't know how much longer I had to live. A TIA mini stroke.
Okay.
In medical school. And so, I didn't know how much longer I had to live. And so I just focused on, well, I'll just make my life mean something. I'll go to medical school, try to help people and see, for whatever life I can live. And when I met a man who actually wanted to marry a sick girl and take care of her, my husband knew that I couldn't have his children, and he wanted to marry me anyway and said he'd rather spend a short time with me than a lifetime with someone else. And I know, right? And then, that's my husband, yes. So I changed my diet to this hyper-nourishing plant-based diet, purely to look hot. I was just vanity. Within 3.5 months, I went from a size 11 to a size 3, and I had 0 symptoms of lupus. In fact, I was an intern working 30-hour shifts. I could work 30-hour shifts, then go to the gym, and had 0 arthritis, tons of energy, felt amazing. And went to get my blood test before my wedding, and they were negative for lupus, which is supposed to be impossible.
Wow. And not only that, obviously, we see from these photos you have 2 beautiful children, so that was not the case either.
So now it's been actually 12 years since I've had lupus, and I've been completely healthy, able to have children, and easily can maintain low body fat and fitness without really having to work out much. We've spent a lot of time focusing on the wrong things, something called macronutrients, protein, carbs, fats. That really has very little to do with how fast your metabolism or how healthy you are, which is really the same thing. What we really need to focus on is micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. So if you want to get the most bang for your buck, it's greens. So kale, spinach, broccoli. When you're trying to heal or get your metabolism really fast, really quickly, you focus on the greens because they work the best.
I have two Vitamix blenders. I'll put a pound of kale in each, smash it in. I'll put omega-3s in there, some chia and flax seeds, and then frozen fruit on top, water or almond milk.
And I was shocked because I questioned this with working out and all that, but your husband's a trainer, and the amount of protein in one of those was huge.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
So wait, there's a lot of protein in this?
Absolutely. You can get all the protein you need literally literally from eating plant foods. That's where the animals get it. The most muscular animals on the planet. You think of an ox, you think of a gorilla, they're eating leaves all day.
Elephant.
That's a
And
gorilla.
greens, gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you are not a silverback gorilla, my
No.
friend. But will you continue on this diet?
Look, the vanity is a nice part. It's nice having everyone tell me I look better, but I feel better. And I think that's going to be the biggest test is I'm actually going to get some blood work done and see how my RA is doing. But I can already say I've lasted literally, I thought it would be a day. It's been 2 months.
Right.
It's helped change my life.
And
so.
you know what, Dr. Brooke, thank you so much. That's amazing what you've managed to do.
My mom is marveling that anyone got me to eat kale.